Alright mate, welcome back to the video. I'm gonna try and keep it steady today. God, it's very shaky. It's normally sat on a tripod very still when I make these videos, but today we're on the road, if you can't already tell. Bit of M6 and chill. Good 50 plus miles on here till we get home. We're actually on our way home from Wales. We've spent the weekend, well, half of the weekend travelling to and from Wales, but we spent yesterday climbing Mount Snowdon, which is something we've done before, but it was like a completely different experience last time. We went with different people. It was very hot. It was like the hottest day of the year the first time we did it, and I, for one, nearly died. I had like the worst heat stroke, and this time we attacked it for round two. We actually went with a couple of our friends called Dan and Jake, who we went skiing with. If you watched the video where I spoke about skiing recently, I spoke a bit about Jake in that video as well, and how he was getting down the mountain on the last day of skiing, and it was like a lot more controlled this time when he came down the mountain yesterday. We had a really fun time. We got up it and down it in like really good time. The conditions were sound actually. We thought we were going to get really wet. There was like a lot of rain forecast, but we got away with it. And yeah, just all in all, I've had a nice time. I've been a little bit slacking with the videos recently. There's been a few days where I've been meaning to make videos and planning to make videos and I've been saying to people I'm going to upload today, and not actually got around to it. My head's been a bit scrambled recently because of the work situation, and it's like I've been presented with all these options to like pursue and get these opportunities and stuff, which is sick because I'm lucky that I'm able to have sort of one avenue of employment terminated and then be able to head on to another one. But I've got like the pre-stages of what's going to be decision paralysis. I think I'm going to have a lot of decisions to make. I've got a few like unofficial offers on the table where they're all very different from one another, so I'm going to have to be pretty on the ball when it comes to deciding. But you know, the way life works is that whatever path you end up on, it turns out to be the right one. So it's not that I'm worried, it's just that like my head's in a lot of different places. But it's been really nice this weekend to kind of get off my phone, stay off of social media as much as possible, just be out in nature, like all the good things that are supposed to be good for our brains, right? It's been nice to do those, and I do genuinely feel better because of it, despite all the junk food we've been eating. I say that as my girlfriend dips her hand into a bag of M&Ms. But it's such a lovely day today, and we've been experiencing it through a car window. But we've seen a lot of the Welsh, shout out to that driver in the background. We've seen a lot of the Welsh, well actually we haven't seen that much of the Welsh countryside, because we've been, last time we left Wales we came like a really rural way through like a lot of farms and stuff and a lot of fields. This time we thought we chose that way, but it was just like, no, you're going on the motorway, mate, and you're staying on it. So a lot of motorway driving today. But we left quite early, so we're going to hopefully get home and have like a nice Sunday evening to sort of decompress and chill. Haven't really got the Sunday scaries. Haven't got them at the moment, but it's still early days, there's still time. Spurs are playing tonight, so that's going to ruin my day either way. They're on at 5:30. We'll watch it apparently. Sorry if wait, say hello.
Hello.
She said hello. Obviously I've got the only mic. I maybe need to get a second mic and find a way to link it up to my phone, because I like the idea of recording videos with like me and one other, or me and two others, and just to have like making it quite chatty and quite reflective and just a little informal catch up. But yeah, that's where I'm at for now. Thanks for everyone that's like sent nice messages and stuff off the back of like those that watched my last video. It wasn't posted for that reason at all. I didn't need nice messages, but it's nice to like have people that are looking out for me and stuff like that. So I'm really grateful for that. I've also I'm also gonna share all the new stuff that does go on in my life and all the new opportunities that do come up. I'll be able to talk about some of them here, and you know, I'm really enjoying what this channel's becoming. It's just very much a diary, but not the typical young girl writing in a book style of diary. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff I want to do with this. Is it me, or is it getting really hot in this car? It is getting really hot, right? Bit of aircon, that should do the trick. Yeah, it's such a nice day today. It's really blindsided me. It's like actually beautiful outside. Hell yeah. And yeah, we've got some like other trips booked in already. some bigger ones and probably some small ones as well. I think.
Couldn't do Seven Sisters.
Yeah, you just said she wanted to do the Seven Sisters Cliffs hike, which is in Dover. It's the White Cliffs, right? Yeah, so maybe I'll take people along for that. I did actually think about doing a little video on the mountain yesterday. I brought my tripod with me, but at the top it was like we were in like a bit of a cloud, so it was quite rainy. There was quite a lot of other people around. There was kids around. I didn't really want to record, just set up and record when other people were there, just trying to take their photos and get down out the way. And it was really cold as well. I think my phone would have died pretty quickly. And also we got down in a bit of not a rush, but we made really, really good time.
2 hours 40 minutes.
Yeah, like 2 hours 40 minutes down, 2 hours 30 minutes up, which sounds a bit backwards, but the reason it worked out that way is because we took the pig. There's like different paths. If you do Snowdon or you want to do Snowdon, drop a comment and I can like give you the paths that we did, and like the differences between them, because I've done it a couple times now. But we basically, I think both times I've done it, we took the pig path up and the miner's path down. Now for the last like third, maybe the last quarter, they are the same path, right? They join up like 2/3 up the mountain, and the last bit of the hike to the top is very similar. But going from the bottom like 2/3 is very different. Like the miners one that we came down on, that runs alongside the lakes, like the big mountain lakes, which are lovely. Last time we came on like a really hot day, we went in the lakes to cool off, like in one of the lakes, just had a little swim. It was absolutely freezing because the sun struggles to heat that amount of water up the mountain, because obviously the weather changes really quickly up there. They don't have like months on end of permanent sunshine and heat like they do in like the desert and stuff. I think it's like 1,000 meters above sea level, so it's not that high as mountains go. But yeah, the lakes are really, really nice, beautiful scenery to walk around, and like the path, the last like 5 kilometers of the miner's path that we went down on is just flat, pretty much, like slight incline, slight decline in some parts.
You started explaining how what was the time difference.
Yeah, so that miner's path is longer, right? So because it's flatter and it's a nicer walk down. So if your legs are absolutely in bits at the top, because it is quite a harsh climb towards the end, right, and even at the bottom, you probably want to take the miner's path backwards. And like I said, you get to see a lot more. Lower down, you're less likely to be stuck in a cloud, so some good scenery. But the pig path that we took up is quite sketchy and quite difficult in spots. It requires a little bit of climbing, some big steps, some decent footwear, and just a decent bit of balance. But it's not too difficult. I mean, it's doable for people that aren't the fittest people. I'm not the fittest person at the moment. Jess says neither am I. But yeah, I did a little bit of step machine before I came away, but that was just more for general fitness than to train specifically for Snowdon. So the most important thing, I think, if you're looking to book and come here, is choose the right time of year. I think if you did Snowdon in a bad month or like a bad weather day, it could be quite hellish. Got really kind of lucky / unlucky with the weather before, because it was so hot and it was like beautiful clear skies, one of the hottest days of the year. It actually worked against us because sunstroke and heat stroke and all that, there's no like coverage, shade, none of that. Luckily there's a building at the top, but we did it before just like after COVID, so the building was closed, like it was just off the back of a lockdown. So it was a pretty horrible time last time, but I was really like impressed with how well we did. And I think in general the human body's capable of a lot more than we think we're capable of. I think you can sort of dwell on like a difficult task and build it up in your head to be really difficult, and the muscles in your body don't really care how much you've scared yourself. It's just like they'll cope with it. The body is capable of a lot. So yeah, it's nice to be a little bit ambitious, have a bit of a challenge. I think I've been like really hard on myself this year just because of the job situation and stuff like that. Not that that's been going on all year, but I put a lot of like time and energy and thinking into where's next and career, where am I going to live and all this jazz. Whereas like I've run a half marathon this year and I've now climbed a mountain. I think I just need to give myself a bit of credit and just like take each day as it comes and just keep doing my best, because that's all you can do, right? I've been really good at like dishing out advice to other people, and this is the story of my life, right? I just can't take my own advice as well as I would like to. But you know, maybe if I speak it out, if I speak it into existence on YouTube, people can hold me to it. So yeah, that's all for now from me. Have you got anything to add?
No.
Not even a little.
I was going to ask you if you could get my Haribos.
I have to get off here because I've got to get some Haribos now. But all I've got to say is like, subscribe, and peace, dudes.